Hey guys, what's up? It's Aiden, and it's time for another album review. This Friday, a ton of albums dropped. I mean, like 10 really notable albums that at least I have had on my radar. And the first one we're going to do is Horsie by HOMESHAKE. This is his 10th studio album, including remixes and whatnot. And, it's very video game soundtrack inspired goodness. Just him really doing what he knows best. It's really honing in on that HOMESHAKE vibe. The album started off pretty strong with Ravioli. It has these synthy swooshing, I don't even know, keyboard or guitar, and then all of a sudden you get these like fade out, just fast break beat drums. It's just weird and funky and fun. I mean, I think it was just a strong start to the album. His vocals are hazy, but they kind of always are. But it also works for his vibe, for his genre. Horsie, the next track, is a very low-key, vibey track. It has this nice little guitar section that kind of keeps it out of being monotonous song. His lyrics, well, not really his lyrics, his vocals here start to get kind of whiny. Just really, I don't know, I think he really tries to play with his vocals in this album. And on some songs it pays off, but this one it does not. He really just sounds whiny. It kind of just turns me off in a bad way. The third track, Dinner Plate, is vibey, for sure. It's slow, and right now the songs are starting to kind of bleed together, starting to just kind of turn into mush. Yeah, I mean, the vocals are not bad on this one. They're not like the last one, but he's just going very simplistic for the beginning. He really isn't diving into anything new yet. Blunt Talk is a welcome change. The deep pitch he tries here is really what King Cruel wishes he could be, and the shaky synth is just transcendent. Oh my gosh. And then the guitar comes in just at the perfect time. Lyrics are also nice and creative. This is just, I was kind of worried with those second and third songs, but then, oh man, Blunt Talk just really brings us back. On a Roll is really where we see that vocal experimentation just actually pay off. I'm actually enjoying it now. The range is sounding good. The whininess has been cut out. Thank you, HOMESHAKE. And I don't know, the guitar also just turns into these horn sounds. When I first listened to it, I thought that it was some sort of brass instrument, maybe like a sax, but nope. Smiling is another one of those kind of just simplistic songs. It kind of just gets lost in the mix. He has a few of these where the rest of the album is energetic, it's experimental, it's fun, it's really HOMESHAKE, and then Smiling, it's aesthetically it's nice, and if it was a single, if it was on its own, it'd be fine. I think it'd be good, but on the grander scheme of this album, it's just boring. Nothing to See kind of feels like a continuation of the last song, but also a completion. I mean, this song instrumentally is nice. It's good. Like, we're finally starting to get back into those complicated songs. The chorus is good. The verses get shaky at points. Like, I think that HOMESHAKE, he has really good instrumentals. I mean, like I said, perfect for a video game original soundtrack. And then he puts his vocals on top, and sometimes I'm a fan, and I'm like, yeah, get into it. And other times I'm just like, why? Like, man, you're whining over this track. I mean, like I said, it's what King Cruel wishes he could be, but when you're still whining, it doesn't, it's not nice. It doesn't sound great. I mean, I guess it does to some people because King Cruel has a fan base, but I don't know. And it's funny because the next song, Simple, is anything but that. I mean, the drums are simplistic, but the guitar is nasty. I mean, nasty. And then the keyboard just comes in for this dramatic effect, and oh man, I think it's hilarious he named this song Simple, especially after some of the other ones. But hey man, I'm not going to complain. I like this song. I think it sounds real good. Easier Now leans back into this jazzy vibe that HOMESHAKE has. That they actually have some brass notes in it, and they're real nice, but then they kind of fade out like super quick. Luckily, he brings them back in, but I still feel like they were short-lived. I think he does that a few times on this album where he adds this little intricacy and it just is there for a blip and it's gone. But either way, I think this song sounds good. Believe is a nice little funkalicious jazzy track. The lyrics were probably like the clearest they have been. It wasn't really any murkiness, but it's still kind of forgettable. I don't know. I mean, I like it, but there's just some really good songs. He set the bar high with some of these just magnificent songs. And then we get this one and it just kind of passes you by. Empty Lot does actually have like pretty damn good vocals. I think they're clean. The instrumental is simple, but I think it's taken a step back so that the vocals can hit. And I think this was a good move because a lot of the other songs, the instrumentals are just like really nice, just divine, and then his vocals come on and it just doesn't make sense. But when you simplify it, it sounds right, and I think it's what he wanted us to feel. And then there's like a little ambient ocean mix-up at the end, which was just dope. I enjoyed that. I could honestly just go to sleep to that in the best way possible. The final track on the album, Iced Tea, is just not a strong finish. This song just takes that muddy sound and runs with it, and it runs straight into a brick wall because it's just these loud, sharp sounding vocals. He does end up making these jagged notes soft, which I find impressive. I think that sounds cool, but still, this song was boring. It just did nothing for me. Overall, I do think it's a pretty decent project. I think what really stands out to me is that each one of the songs transports me to a different place. Like I said, very video game OST reminiscent, and I think that's the best part. Like Easier Now brought me to a rainy New York street in the 50s, while Blunt Talk put me in a UFO just spinning in circles. I mean, I thought that those kinds of vibes were absolutely excellent. I think that the album could have succeeded and at points done even better if it was purely just an instrumental album. I don't mean to hate on HOMESHAKE's vocals, but I think that they just need work to not come off as like obnoxious. They weren't always bad, but sometimes they really just took me out of it. Overall, I think it was a good album. I think certain songs just fell short because the status quo that was given by other songs was just pretty high. I think that a lot of these songs work well as singles, but as an album, it just makes some songs become overshadowed by the rest. I'm going to give this one a clean 6 V-Bucks gift cards out of 10 V-Bucks gift cards. Thank you. Goodbye.